Officer Tatum is sick of LeBron James. He's sick of LeBron James. He's sick of LeBron James because he should be happy that white people like him. I mean, white people buy his jersey. White people admire him. And he can't understand why LeBron thinks there's such a thing as police brutality. Or I should say, yeah, police brutality. Because see, here's the thing. Officer Tatum and his fanboys only believe deaths, black men getting killed, count in the disproportionate police brutality directed towards black men. No, it's also getting your butt kicked. It's also almost dying. I mean, Jacob Blake will be the example of that. He's going to survive, but he's got a whole bunch of bullets in his back. And here's the thing. LeBron, yes, white people can like LeBron James. That doesn't mean because white people like LeBron James, they're not racist towards other black people. LeBron James is the exception to the rule. He's an athlete. He's a celebrity. But that average white cop can see other black people, generally speaking, as threats when he's on the force. Now, LeBron James does get profiled. All those black athletes get profiled, folks. They dress, let's just be honest here, and I'm not trying to be condescending or trying to disparage, but they dress stereotypically hood. It's not a right or wrong. It's not either right or wrong, but that's just how they dress. So they dress stereotypically hood. They walk around in many white places. You don't think they don't get stopped by other whites? Now, even if they don't even get stopped by other whites, you do know that LeBron James used to be in the hood. You just admitted it, Brandon. He used to be in the hood. So he's supposed to be happy with his other brothers in the hood, friends that he knows in the hood, getting harassed by cops. Because black people, his black friends in the hood, tell him stories about this, Brandon. So what is he supposed to do? Just pretend, oh, I'm just rich. I should just care about myself? LeBron James used to grow up in the hood. He used to grow up in the hood. He used to grow up in the hood. So when he sees black men in the hood have questionable shootings, that's why he's going to feel a certain way. See, Michael Jordan didn't grow up in the inner city. People are wondering why. Why did Black Jordan talk about police brutality and racism and all these other things? Well, it's very simple. When it comes to police brutality, Michael Jordan didn't grow up in the inner city. LeBron James either grew up in the inner city or he was very close to the inner city. He's seen these things. He's seen these things constantly as a black male. Why do you think he's like this, Brandon? Oh, they don't believe, you're one of these people like, no black person believes when they say racism exists. I mean, you're even worse than the white conservatives. Honestly, Brandon, you're worse than the white conservatives. Because even white conservatives don't even go that far. They just think we just make it up. You take it to the next level and say that this black man who grew up in the hood is making up the sentiment that black people are scared of cops. Yes, they are scared of cops. He has said nothing different than any other black person I've heard. My parents are scared of cops. I'm scared of cops. But, oh, I forgot, LeBron James is rich, but yet we know that rich black men get profiled. There's been black men who have been falsely arrested, and they were rich. And yes, of course, when you're rich, you're probably less likely to get harassed by the cops, but it can still happen. So, Brandon, you're trying to tell black people that they're making things up. Actually, you're worse than the white conservatives. Because at least Tucker Carlson will say black people are just making it up. Ben Shapiro, even though he hasn't stated it, we have to imply that he believes black people are making up these experiences of racism. See, you take it to the next level, Brandon. Because even Laura Ingram's not going to say that, well, LeBron James is making these 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 sentiments about racism up. You do. And why do you do it? Because look, Brandy, you have white friends. They're nice to you, and if they're nice to you, how can they be racist? See, that's the problem you have. If the how can white friends be friendly to me and be racist? Just like LeBron James. If all these white people like him, well, how can these white people be racist? Because again, Brandon, they're the exception to the rule. The Johnsons are the exception to the rule. I mean, Milo Yiannopoulos can like women, one particular woman as a president or a prime minister. He can like Thatcher, but in general, he can think women are stupid and they should stay home. This notion that because white people, men, like the exceptions of blacks and women, that they're not sexist or racist is just misguided.